Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the NLC India Limited Q3 FY23 post-results conference call hosted by ICICI Securities Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode. There will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Anshuman Ashit from ICICI Securities. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Darwin. Good day, everyone. On behalf of ICICI Securities, I would like to welcome you all to the Q3 FY23 post-results conference call of NLC India Limited. For today's call, we are pleased to have the presence of Mr. M. Prasanna Kumar, Chairman and Managing Director of NLC India Limited. Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli is a gold medalist in mechanical engineering from Andhra Nagarjuna University. He also holds MBA in Operations Management, Marketing Management, Financial Management, and Human Resources Management. Also, he is a fellow member of Institute of Engineers. He is a topper of Energy Auditor Examination of Bureau of Energy Efficiency, Government of India, and also certified Level D exam holder of International Project Management Association. Prior to assuming charge as CMD of NLC India Limited, he was the Managing Director of Gujarat State Electricity Corporation Limited. Prior to joining GSECL, he was an Executive Director heading the Corporate Fuel Management Vertical of NTPC. He has also held directorship in Coal India NTPC Urja Private Limited and Maha Gujarat Collieries Limited. He was the chairperson of Western Region Power Committee for the year 2021-22. Shri Prasanna Kumar began his career as executive trainee with NTPC in the year 1988 and has an illustrious career spanning over 34 years in the power sector and coal. CMD sir is accompanied by Mr. Mohan Reddy, Director Planning and Projects, Director HR Additional Charge, Power Additional Charge, Mr. Suresh Chandra Suman, Director Minings and Director Finance Additional Charge, Ms. Ritu Sharma, Director EPUM, and Mr. Mukesh Agarwal, Executive Director Finance. The call will begin with brief remarks by the management, after which we will open the lines for the Q&A session. I would now like to hand over the line to CMD sir for his opening remarks. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Anshuman, for hosting this investor call, and thank you for the nice introduction. I would like to share this as an opportunity to interact with the NLCIL stakeholders and to reply to their queries on their financial results for the quarter and 9 months ended 31st December 2022. I am Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, Chairman and Managing Director of NLC India Limited. I assumed charge on 12th January 2023. Along with Reddy, Director of Projects and Planning, also holding additional charge of Director Power and Director HR.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sri Suresh Chandra Sumanji, Director Mines, also holding additional charge of Director Finance.
Good day to everyone.
Ms. Ritu Sharma, Director EPUM, and Sri Mukesh Agarwal, Executive Director Finance, and Senior Management are also joining this call from Delhi. I welcome you all to this conference call. I would like to give a quick brief on some of the performance highlights of NLC India Limited for the quarter and 9 months ended 31st December 2022. The coal production during the 9 months ended 31st 2022 is 75.52 lakh metric ton against 40.83 lakh metric ton in the corresponding period of the previous year, registering a growth of 84.96%. The above coal production is the highest ever in NLCIL history. Lignite production during the 9 months ended 31st December 2022 is 172.09 lakh metric ton against 165.92 lakh metric ton in the corresponding period of the previous year, registering a growth of 3.72%. Standalone thermal power generation during the 9 months ended 31st December 2022 is 16.608 BU against 16.865 BU in the corresponding period of the previous year, a slight decline of 1.52%. NLCL thermal average PLF is 69.13% up to December 22 against the All India average of 63.23%. NLCL thermal average PAF is 72.28% up to December 22 against the corresponding period of 73.11%. Renewable power generation during the 9 months ended 31st December 2022 is 1629.83 MU against 1619.33 MU in the corresponding period of previous year, with a marginal increase of 0.65%. The collection efficiency during the current 9 months period stands at 66.85%. Consolidated power export during the 9 months ended 31st December 2022 is 20.07834 billion units as against 19.24795 billion units in the corresponding period of the previous year, registering a growth of around 4.31%. MOP wide order dated 15 February 2023 has approved allocation of 400 megawatt power from Talabira thermal power plant to the state of Orissa and 15% NLCL share of unallocated power 136.32 megawatt from NUPPL to APDCL, Government of Assam. Coming to the key highlights of the financial performance, standalone, the revenue from operations for the 9 months period ending 31st December 2022 is rupees 8,659 crores as against 7,277 crores during the corresponding period of the previous year, registering a growth of around 90% respectively. The total income of the company for the 9 months ended 31st December 2022 is 9,161 crores as against 7,887 crores in the corresponding period of the previous year, registering a growth of 16%. Profit for the period for the 9 months ended 31st 12/2022 is 474 crores as against 797 crores in the corresponding period of the previous year. The profit after tax for the period has impacted mainly due to the accounting of CERC orders received during the period, wherein CERC has set aside review of O&M expenses for the year 2014-19. A similar issue for earlier tariff periods is sub judice before APTEL, and also while issuing tariff orders for 2019-24, CERC has not considered certain items including capital additions and advised to consider at actual at the time of filing of doing up petition by NLCIL. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Mohit Kumar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, sir, and congratulations on taking over as CMD, and so wish you all the best for the role. My first question is, sir, what was the one-off in the result, and is there any tax impact of the same? In the sense, I believe that there is roughly 8 billion which pertains to prior period. Is that number correct?
Yes, correct. 8 billion. Please repeat.
800 crore. 800 crore.
800 crores. Correct.
Is there any other one-off, sir, apart from that?
Yes. If we see, actually, if you analyze our Q3 and the 9 months result, you will find, as the CMD sir has told, that our operations are stable. even rather more than the previous year. It is better than the previous year performance in the Q3 and the 9 months. During the period, the accounting of 749 crore rupees has happened, which you had mentioned about the prior period of the lignite price, for which the regulatory orders have come and they had kept aside, saying that it will be taken as per in line with the 914 order, which is sub judice before the end.
Understood, sir. Secondly, sir, on the status of the tender for Talabira 2, I think it has been pending for a long time. I think the bid submission happened in November. What is delaying it, sir? And when do you expect it to finalize? And have you identified the L1 bidder?
No. At present, the technical bid of the tender was open, and as you know, there are two parties. We are doing the technical evaluation, and we are targeting to complete this technical evaluation in next 1 month period, and then we will be opening the bid, and after reverse action, the L1 will be decided. In fact, we are waiting for some possession of some land at least before we finalize the L1 and award the contract. That activity is in full swing, and we are depositing the required amount to state government today itself. So that process is on, and once some portion of land taken into possession, then this will be L1 will be determined, and the contract will be placed immediately. And major development is yesterday the government of India, Ministry of Power, has allocated 400 megawatt power to the state of Orissa, for which we are going to sign the PPA at the earliest. And with this, the entire 2,400 megawatt PPA tie-up is complete. 2,000 megawatt already signed, and 400 megawatt we are going to sign shortly.
So one can expect the tendering to happen by March 2023. Is that a fair assumption, sir?
Yes. I think before that it will be finalized and awarded.
And sir, we were also working on Neyveli 1.3 gigawatt tender. Has the bid submission happened, technical bids? And when are you looking to open the financial bids?
Actually, I'm giving to our director BNP.
This is, you are speaking about the probably 660 megawatts of Neyveli.
Yes.
Tendering process is on. Recently, board meeting, some relaxations have taken place regarding commercial bids as well as specifications. So this tender is in process. Because it's a Neyveli lignite based, the bidders also facing some challenges. In the meantime, hopefully they will overcome it, and participation will be there.
Actually, this is going to be the first supercritical 660 megawatt lignite-based thermal power station in the country. And some changes in the terms and conditions in line with the industry's practice is happening. So once that is completed, I think we will go ahead and we will go for the award.
Understood, sir. Thank you, and all the best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Modi from Nippon India Asset Management. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Sir, a couple of questions.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. The line for you is very low in volume. If you could please speak closer.
Is it better now?
Yes, this is much better, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, sir, just a couple of questions that I had. Firstly is with regard to sir, the under recovery that we are clocking in right now for mines and for the power thermal plants, if you could share that number. Secondly, on directionally on the plants where we are not able to achieve the mandated normative thresholds, how are you going about it to achieve that? Because it's been a long time. So if you can elaborate on the measures that we are taking, because a significant amount of earnings is lost there. And thirdly, sir, how is Ghatampur progressing? As I believe, recently the Honorable Minister had also visited. And do you see any, fast tracking of progress? Thank you.
Okay. I think the first question is regarding annual fixed cost underway for the quarter as well as the financial year. For the quarter 3, the annual fixed cost under recovery is 152.07 crores. Out of that, from TPS 2, it is 30.14 crores under recovery, and TPS 2 stage 2, 46.27 crores under recovery, and NLC TPS 2 expansion 88.78 crores under recovery. But as this annual fixed cost under recovery is on annualized basis, and the performance of these plants is consistently good, so we are hoping around at the end of the financial year, this will be.
Here I would like to add one thing, sir, that the under recovery for the 9 months period has reduced. Last year up to 9 months, it was under recovery was 445.75 crore rupees, which has reduced to 341.78. Under recovery in the quarter was due to some restricted availability of the lignite. So by the end of March, we will recover it. We will improve better.
Actually, the lignite production now has improved, and as it is on annualized basis, we are expecting that this under recovery will reduce at the end of the financial year. That is the first question. And regarding improvement in the under recovery, we are all taking all the efforts to ensure the units are available for generation and fuel is available for generation to reduce the annual fixed cost charges, to reduce the under recovery of annual fixed cost charges. As coming to the Ghatampur, I think now this is now a prestigious project, and it is long pending, and we have to complete this project at the earliest. And Honorable Secretary Coal visited the plant in the month of January, and 3 days back, Honorable Cabinet Minister for Coal, Sri Prahlad Joshi ji, visited the plant and reviewed the status. And we are targeting to complete the commercial operation of all the 3 units in this calendar year. We want to complete the COD by 31st July, COD of unit number 1 by 31st July, unit number 2 by 31st October, and unit number 3 by 31st December. Of course, there are some challenges, in particularly the balance of plant package. We are addressing that issue, and most of the points we already addressed. And today also Secretary Coal took review, and we are having clear-cut way forward how to achieve this COD by 31st July for the first unit number 1, and all the 3 units by 30th December 2023. And recently there is also order from Ministry of Power with allocation of some share of power to Assam also, and we are going to sign PPA with them. With that, the process will be completed.
Sure. So this is very helpful. So one more question that I had, on the TPS2 expansion under recovery, sir, any, permanent solution on a technical standpoint are we looking at, so that, going forward, we are at least directionally moving towards achieving that path? If you could, elaborate a little more as to the steps that we are thinking of taking.
Yes, actually, TPS2, this is a CFBC boiler, and they are having problem of reliability since beginning. So our team, in interaction with different power stations, they formulated some action plan, and we already implemented that action plan in one of the units, and that unit is now operating since last 45 days without any problem. So we are going to replicate same in the other unit also, and with the completion of these modifications, the reliability issue of these units will be addressed, and the availability and generation from these units will be improved to a great extent. Also, on long-term basis, we are having some modification of replacing some boiler tube with higher grade material, and that also we are procuring. Then in the long term, that modification also will help in maintaining the reliability and availability of these units to the required level.
We are consulting Duzon also on this.
And in fact, I want to add, we are consulting Mrs. Duzon also, the original technology provider of CFBC boiler to BHEL for root cause analysis of the FBHE failures. This is for long term, but in the short term, whatever modifications were required, those modifications are already carried out, and the unit has now become operational in such kind manner.
Right. So if you could also, just moving on to the next point, this is very helpful. Sir, any thoughts on, the renewable capacities going ahead? You had given out a press release with regard to, some MOUs with Odisha. So we've got 1400 megawatt under construction. So what is that we're targeting over the next couple of years to add capacity?
See, as on date, we are having around 1400 megawatt. We are having aggressive plans to add the capacity. Already we won the under CPSU scheme, we won 500 megawatt. Those 500 megawatt tendering process is on, and once that is completed, we will be starting the 500 megawatt immediately. In addition to that, we are having, we signed an MOU with the government of Assam for capacity addition of 1000 megawatt on cost plus basis, and we are identifying the lands in the Assam state so that we can go ahead with the installation of solar power plant. And in this context, I met the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam at Lucknow, and he assured full support in allocation of good lands to NLCINDIA so that the project can be executed at the earliest. So, in a similar way, we are in talks with government of Rajasthan, government of Odisha for the establishing solar power projects, and we are aiming to add a substantial capacity in next 2-3 years period.
Okay. So what is the target IRRs? As you mentioned, it's more or less a cost plus basis. What would be the IRRs that you're looking at? A ballpark.
12%. So the IRR in standard we look at around 12%. So I think that is our practice.
Okay. So, and sir, just last question from my side. Sir, could you give a little more details out of the 7.5 million tons that you've done in coal production? Which are the segmented sales, and what has been the auction price for the the e-auction that we've done? How much quantity and what is the price at which we've clocked? Thank you.
Okay. The target, actually, our target was 8 million tons initially. That we surpassed, and now we are targeting for 10.5 to 11 million metric tons in the current financial year. Out of the total supply, the quantity the total quantity is 75.89. Out of that, 15.92 that was coal sale to our own plant NTPL, and 14.25 under coal swapping agreement with NTPC. That 14.25 is supplied, and coal sale to NTPC. To other than the coal swapping agreement, we are supplying this to NTPC plants also. So that is 41.86. This facilitated NTPC to generate more and avoid the losses on account of coal shortage. Out of this accounts to around 21% to NTPL, around 19% to NTPC through swapping arrangement, and around 55% to NTPC coal sale through MOU route, and e-auction is around 5%. So if you translate this 5%, it is 3.6 lakh metric tons. And you are talking about the price. The coal sale to NTPL at the base rate 782.33. Coal sale to NTPC through swapping, it is 827 rupees. Coal sale to NTPC through MOE route, it is 952 rupees. And coal sale through e-auction, it is 4,948 rupees.
Auction rate.
And the auction rates are varying from 2,473 to 8,135.
That is in the month of
April.
the last election.
In the last election, it was 2,473.
22513.
2,2513.
Sir, when was this last auction?
Last was done in the month of February.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, and all the best.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Ashwani Sharma from ICICI Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So I have two questions. First is on your methanol project. So what is the capex in this project, sir? And also if you could comment on the commercial angle of the project.
Methanol project capex is 4,394 crores.
You are asking about lignite to methanol project?
Yes.
It's a 0.40 MTPA capacity plant, and the estimated project cost is 4,394 crores. And for this, the lignite requirement is around 2.26 million tons per annum, and it is around project is 46 month duration project. And this project is expected anyway in the year 26-27.
And your comments on the commercial aspects of the project, sir?
Commercial product March 27.
No. I mean, what the end game here? I mean, in terms of revenue, in terms of profitability.
Okay. The project cost is 4,394 crores, as I already told, and this will be a debt equity of 80-20. And the project schedule is around 42 months, and the cost of production is around 25,588 rupees per metric ton. So the selling price for 7 years average is around 30,848 rupees per metric ton. So IRR for this project is 8.28% to 8.73%, and IRR equity is 11.83% to 11.95%. And the payback period is 8.38 years, and the profit before and after taxes are approximately 189 crores and 120 crores approximately.
Okay. So my second question is again on the TPS2 second expansion. What is the status of this project, sir, in terms of tendering?
TPS2 second expansion, we already tendered, but this being a first supercritical 660 megawatt power station in the country, there were some clarifications from the parties as well as some requirements in line with the current industrial practice. So we are just doing that modification, and the estimated project cost is around 11,189 crores. So we are doing some changes in the terms and conditions and specifications in line with the current industrial practice to encourage more participation. So that recently we uploaded, and after that we will open that and award that at the earliest.
So any tentative, timeline for awarding this project?
I think that 24. I think in the current financial year, next financial year, that can be completed.
So October 24. Okay.
October 23.
October 23. Sorry. October 20. Okay, sir. Thanks. Those were my questions. Thanks very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have the next question from the line of Akhilesh Bandari from ICICI Prudential Asset Management Company. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for taking my question. So firstly, on the Talabira mine, so as per the mining plan, what is the expected output in FY24 and 25 from the mine?
In 24-25,
Actually, 22-23, it was 8 million ton. We are going to land at 10 million ton. 23-24, it is 12 million ton, and 24-25, 16 million ton.
16 million tons.
Right.
Okay. And so what is the cost of production broadly?
Cost of production. Cost of production is approximately. No, cost of production is approximately 680 or 700, some in between that.
Sir, as of 31st December, what is the receivable level at the standalone and consol level?
Pardon?
The receivable level, the standalone and the consol receivable level.
Standalone basis, the receivables is 2,326.
The standalone basis as on December is from 6,493 crore rupees against the previous year level of 4,580 crore rupees.
Okay.
It is 6,493 against
against the 4,580. The reason for increase is basically on account of the two issues are there. Because everybody knows now with the Ministry of Power has brought out a good guidelines for the liquidation of dues. So, TANGEDCO and other DISCOMs has opted for liquidation of 724 crore rupees, which I had explained in the last investor meet also. So that has gone to the installment plan. And second is we had made the accountant Vivad Se Vishwas scheme and we had got a wage revision order from the CRC. For all these to put together around 1,000 crore rupees billing we had done in the month of December, which has become due on 16 February. So the debtors level has increased in the quarter as of December when we are comparing from the previous year.
Okay, so the unbilled amount was 1,000 crore.
Yeah, billed, which has been billed into
billed but not due. Okay. Billed but not due.
Yeah.
Okay. And at the consolidated level?
Consolidated level right now, whatever I will provide you later on.
So this, you mentioned that the collection efficiency was around 68% or 66%, if I'm not wrong. You mentioned that number earlier. So this 1,000 crore which has come due to wage revision and Vivad Se Vishwas scheme, that is the only reason why the collection efficiency is down, or there is some other reason as well?
There is one more reason is there. We had got a regulatory order for the lignite price in the month of March. So against that, as the order was against us, TANGEDCO has suo moto deducted some 1,200 crore rupees on account of this. On the pretext that the order is against you, you should pay the money. Though we had gone for the review petition, which is under consideration. So that amount withheld is also appearing into the debtors. So that has brought down the collection efficiency little down.
And so what is, how do we plan on proceeding against this?
Pardon me?
How do we plan on proceeding? You mentioned that you have filed a review petition. So what is the timeline?
Actually, this lignite issue has a cost-cutting effect of 2009-14 orders of the CRC, which is in the APTEL. So CRC has taken a view that being it is a sub judice order, we will not take any further decision. Let the APTEL decision should come. We are trying to get early hearing posting in the APTEL. So I cannot fix any timeline for the liquidation of this because being a regulatory issues.
But we are trying our level best to pursue that and complete that process at the earliest, because that is having impact on both the periods.
Okay. And so there was a reversal of regulatory income of 749 crores in this quarter. So any other such hit which can come in the subsequent quarters because of any pending orders? So how should we consider this?
This is a one-time order. Incidentally, 3-4 order has come one together in the same quarter. which have resulted this, and this is the one-time effect is there. So I won't think that further order will be negative and such type of impact. I am not emphasizing further.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. I'll get back in the queue.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Vikesh Jain from ONGC. Please go ahead.
Yeah, one question is how much is the tariff realized per unit of power, thermal power, and is it the same that was in the year 2014 to 2019 block, or there is some hike in that power realization?
Actually, the voice is not clear. I think you can repeat the question.
Okay. What I'm asking is, what is the tariff tariff realized per unit of power? Is it the same that was in 2014 to 19 bracket, or after 2019 there is some hike in the realization? That's the power that you sell.
Power tariff. Power tariff 1499. Actually, in some of the plants, AFC has come down because some non-admission of the additional capitalization. Non-admission of the capital. Energy charges for the TPS2, capacity charges for the TPS2 stage 1 is 0.71, stage 2 is 0.74, TPS1 expect.
Is whether there is any change in the tariff structure between.
Tariff structure is same, AFC and the energy charges.
And what is the actual that value?
AFC has, from plant it has reduced. Because of the plants are getting old, so AFC has reduced in comparison to the earlier period.
Okay. One more question, because I'm not an expert. Your 38-page results is very tedious to understand for a normal person. This regulatory debt of 1,641 crores, how much of it is one-off and how much of it is recurring?
Okay, actually, see, our average thermal tariff is 2.39, and out of that 1.38 is on account of fixed charges, and balance is on account of variable charges.
No, that's okay. My question, I think, question is, there is a charge of 1,641 crore rupees on account of regulatory debt. So out of 1,641, how much is one-off and how much is recurring?
I will tell you. 1 minute. There is a regulatory movement of 1,641 crore rupees in the quarter, which basically consists of 4 orders are there. There is one order of the wage revision. This wage revision order is regarding in 2016 and 2017 when the wage revision of the executive and non-executive has taken place, CISF salary has taken place, and the gratuity limit has increased from 10 lakh to 20 lakh. So when the CRC has fixed the O&M charges in 2014, at that time these were not factored in the O&M cost. So these are the additional costs to all the generating companies, and we have also filed a petition before the CRC for compensation of this. So this has been allowed by the CRC. Against our claim of 783 crore rupees, they had allowed some 660 crore rupees, leaving an impact of 112 crore rupees. So this is a one-time impact. There is no recurring impact is going to come to the company. There is similarly 2 orders for the tariff projection for the period of 1924 for the TPS2 expansion and TPS1 expansion, where the regulatory authority has not accepted my projected capital addition with the ground that this expenditure will be entertained at the time of proving about the expenditure. But as we are very well known, admission of capital charges has affected the tariff in 3 ways. One is the return on equity, second is the depreciation, and third is the interest on the loan. So this order is also one time, but its effect for the capitalization we will reap in the year 2024-25 when the truing up of the O&M expenses will come. So it will give some additional amount. It is not going to be a negative. So only the income which is likely to come in right now 1924 will have been deferred for some time period. O&M expenses already I had explained, some 739 crore rupees. It is pertaining to 2014-19, and its decision is dependent on the AFTEL, which will, when it will come, it will definitely is going to give the positive impact to the company. So all these orders are of one-time nature. Are you clear?
One thing, one thing, there is a disclaimer that because of problems in land acquisition and local habitation, you may not be, it might not be a going concern. Is this problem that serious?
Actually, see, for any mining company, land acquisition is very important to increase the production level. So although we acquired some land, that possession is still pending, and there are some issues for the land acquisition. So we are taking up this issue with both state government as well as the district administration, and we are trying to sort out that issue at the earliest. But still there is a problematic, and it is happening at a very slow pace. So that's why the disclaimer was given. This may affect our production process.
But however,
one request is there.
However, we could get some land recently, and our production level also 10 to 15% got increased since the month of February. So what was the production level of January month? We increased our production 15% higher.
Okay, fine. Now one request, because it's very difficult to decipher your results.
So
request is there.
The question queue for further questions.
Yeah, please have a document as to what means what in your the results and balance sheets. That's my request, not a question.
Oh,
okay. Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. We have the next question from the line of Rajesh Majumdar from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and thanks for taking my call. So I had a couple of questions. One is on Ghatampur coal linkage. When is that likely to be optional? And in the interim, where will the coal linkage come from for Ghatampur operations?
Actually, Ghatampur, once it is commissioned, it requires two types of coal. One is the startup coal for facilitating the commissioning of the units. That startup coal is already tied up, and we will be getting that coal from Nakan Coalfields Limited. And for other units of Ghatampur also, the CIL already allocated the linkage from different subsidiaries of Coal India, and that is fully tied up. And our the linked mine, Pachwara South Coal Block, the production is expected from January 24. So from January 24 onwards, we will be getting coal from Pachwara. But meanwhile, if there is some requirement is there, we will be sending our Talabira coal to Ghatampur. All three types of coals are already tied up, and necessary actions for logistic are already taken. So the coal is not a problem for Ghatampur to run on sustained basis. And for the unit number 1, we got around 0.33 million metric tons from NCL and BCCL. And for other units, we got around 0.66 million metric ton from NCL, CCL, MCL, and BCCL. Total, we got around 1 million metric ton of coal as a commissioning coal.
So do you envisage coal going from Talabira for Ghatampur at all, or do you feel the coal linkages are sufficient right now for Ghatampur, all the 3 units to be operational?
See, once our supplies from Pachwara get started, then there is no other alternative supply is required. But as on date, once we complete the commissioning coal, then at that point of time we may require some coal, but meanwhile we approach the Ministry of Coal also for giving some bridge linkage from the nearby coal subsidiaries, and it is under consideration of Ministry of Coal. So once the commissioning coal is completed, then we will use bridge linkage coal, then we will use the Pachwara block coal, and meanwhile if any shortfall is there at any point of time, then we will think of sending coal from Talabira mines to the Ghatampur, so that there will not be any generation loss on account of coal shortage.
Right, sir. So my follow-up question would be your coal production that you envisage in FY25 from Talabira, you said it's about 16 million tons. So what would be the breakup? Will it be similar to what it is in the 9 months in like what you mentioned in NTPL, NTPC, or will it be something different? Can you give the breakup of the 16 million envisaged?
Just 1 minute. Actually, our priority, the first priority is our NTPL. Second priority is giving to NTPC. And the third priority is going to e-auction for the supply of this coal. So in the same priority, whatever happened in the first 9 months, in the same priority we will be sending coal.
So NTPL cannot go up more than this, right? So NTPC can go up in proportion to NTPC's requirement. Is that correct assumption?
Come again, please.
I'm saying NTPL is already taking the coal it is.
NTPL, our requirement is around 5 million metric ton.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Rahul Modi from Nippon India Asset Management. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity once again, sir. Just a couple of things wanted to check with you. One is, we've been having these regulatory orders, delays coming in, which has, created a lot of, changes in our P&L. Secondly, so when do you expect this to now get all cleared and, start restarting on a clean slate? And the second point is, the debtors receivable trajectory was after what the Ministry of Power has done across the industry. We've seen a massive declining trend of receivables. Now, when do we get on that path where, despite of one-offs and, other things, business comes back as usual? So that, we are getting to, so instead of a 45-day, we can have a 60-day receivable days or, 65. But, whatever historical issues are there, that gets sorted out. Directionally, when do you see things getting normalized and steps taking for that?
Actually, the improvement already started. Recently also we received a major payment from TN Genco, and other states also we are pursuing for liquidating the dues at the earliest. So we are hopeful that in next Mukeshji.
Sir, apart from some historic issues which are there, we are getting all the current dues regularly, and we are trying to settle all these old cases as early as possible. I hope within the period of next couple of months, I will be able to settle all.
So in the current financial year, I think by first quarter of the financial year, we will be able to settle all the issues and move forward.
Great, sir. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Jitendra Sriram from Baroda BNP Paribas Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Good evening, sir, and thanks for taking my question. I had two questions. One was on the, if you look at the segmental numbers, there is a little bit of a strain on the mining operations. What exactly do you need in the mining operations as a revision or a reset to bring it back to a normative level of profitability? And the second part was, what is the current basis of how you are accounting for stuff like O&M expenses or whether it is tariff setting, given that a lot of your plants still don't have explicit tariff orders yet awarded? So just to prevent some kind of a reversal like what happened now, what is the basis on which you're providing for them?
coming to your first question regarding the strain on the mining in the segmental performance, this performance is mainly because of the reason which we already explained, the land requirement and the regulatory accounting. Regulatory accounting of around 210 crores for the 2014-19 and 116 crores the surcharge of 94 crores. And the main reason is non-availability of mineable land, and as we already communicated, the land possession has started and our production performance has improved by almost 15% if you compare with January. So we are confident that we cover all the issues and bring the production levels to required extent. And in the mining, coal mining also, we are improving our daily production. Yesterday, our Talavera project achieved all-time highest ever coal dispatch of around 48,000 metric ton. So we are improving in both lignite and coal mining, and we will come back to normalcy at the earliest.
Okay, thanks. And the other part, sir, what is the basis of tariff setting and the basis of O&M escalations that you're providing for now in the accounts, so that you don't have these magnitude of reversals later on?
So this is in line with the ERC tariff order and the tariff regulation. So exactly in line with that we are providing, and we are making the accounts in line with that CERC tariff orders only.
Actually, presently escalation is 3.5% as per the CERC second regulation. And for the period of 2019-24, we had already filed a tariff petition before the CERC, which is under consideration. So we believe, as per my tariff petition, we had the petition rate is some 2,000 plus crore, 2,000 plus per ton, 2,100, 2,200, whereas we are billing at 1,950 crore rupees, 1,950 per ton. So I won't think there will be any surprise. When the order will come, it will lead to some incomes to the company.
Okay, and O&M escalation is about 3.5%. Is my understanding correct?
That is exactly in line with the CERC regulation, and we are following same thing.
Perfectly. Thanks a lot. That's very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nikhil Abhyankar from DAM Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Just a continuation from the earlier question. So, do we expect the ordering for Neyveli 1.3 gigawatt to happen in the H1, or will it be in H2?
Pardon? Please come again.
Will the ordering for Neyveli 1.3 gigawatts happen in the H1 FY24 or H2?
I think it will go to H2. You are talking about the 660 megawatt, 1320 megawatt, na? Yeah. Actually, this will be, we are expecting by around October 23. There are mainly two reasons for that, because this is the first time in the country this is happening, and technologies are also limited. That's why we are expecting it by October 23. We will be completing it latest by October 23.
October 23. Okay. And so similar for coal gasification project. So when do we expect the ordering, and are we expecting any viability gap funding for it?
Actually, the tendering process is actively on, and most of the critical activities have already been completed. Although our final commissioning is expected in the 31st March 2027, but at present the tendering process, tender preparation and floating activities have been completed, and March 1st is the last date for tender opening. So once we do that, then we will award that at the earliest. And the tender opening and bid evaluation will be completed by July 23, and the environmental clearance by September 23, and the finally award of plant is by 9/24, and the commissioning by 2027.
So far, viability gap funding is concerned. Actually, Government of India has identified 3,000 crores for 5 projects. So one of them is this Neyveli lignite gasification project. So we have been assured with 600 crores of viability gap funding.
600
by Government of India.
Okay. And sir, is BHEL eligible for this tender?
One more point I want to add in this one. Now this is being monitored by the Ministry of Coal as well as the highest authority of the country. So the activities, they are keeping track of the activities and monitoring the award at the earliest and the completion of the project at the earliest. And the BHEL is not a party as on at present. So we don't know by the tender completion it may come, but at present BHEL is not the party.
They have not shown any interest in participating this tender.
Okay. And just a final question, sir. Sir, what is the profit contribution from Talabira coal?
1 minute.
Profit before tax
247 crores
in the quarter 3.
In the quarter 3.
And for 9 months?
For 9 months is 481 crores.
481. And 247 for Q3.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anupam Goswami from BOB Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. So can you mention the 9-month cash flow from operations you have that, and what is the cash balance right now?
Cash flow in 9 months. Just 1 minute.
Cash flow in the 9 months total is around 9,000 crore rupees is there from the realization from the different source. And the balance, cash balance in the December was around almost flat. It was some 100 crore or 50 crore rupees was there. So we are not borrowing any working capital right now from last 1 year. Temporarily basis 200 or 300 crore rupees. Sometimes we are borrowing for 7 days or 10 days.
Fine. Sir, if you can repeat your mining volume and units sold, I kind of missed the beginning, so that would be very helpful. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Mr. Goswami, I would request you to please repeat your question.
Sir, if you can repeat your mining volume and units sold in the quarter.
Sorry, sir, the line for you is bad at the moment. We are not able to hear you clearly.
Mining revenue 5,550.
Hello?
Yes. Sir, I just wanted to know your mining volume and units sold for the quarter.
The mining revenue up to quarter 3 is 5,515 crores compared to 4,786 crores in the previous financial year, 9 months period. And the power revenue is 7,081 crores in the current financial year of 9 months, and correspondingly it was 6,418 crores in the year 21-22.
Sir, your volume, please. Sir?
Our volume is coal 75.52 lakh metric ton against 40.83 lakh metric ton in the previous year. That is coal production, and in lignite production it is 172.09 lakh metric ton in the current financial year 9 months against 165.92 lakh metric ton the corresponding period in the previous financial year, with a growth of around 3.72%. And coal production is registered a growth of almost 85%.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll join back with you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Rabindranath Nayak from Sunidhi Securities. Please go ahead.
Thank you for today. So majority of the questions are answered. So one request, sir, you are e-auction and also the Talabira related activities. That is, if you can upload in the website, that would be helpful on a monthly basis to know for the investors so what is happening on that side. And secondly, that it is good that the accounting team is actually giving the all details in a convincing manner to every quarter. But in addition to that, if you can give a relevant detail in condensed manner, so and also the adjusted performance in terms of adjusted PAT, that would be helpful for the investor to understand the business very well. So regarding that, another thing that this true-up petition that has come up, if I'm not wrong, we have provided so far around 200 crores, which including interest. So relating to that, whether there is any reminder provision we have to make, or it is the final provision as per our assessment.
Okay. Regarding the first point you raised, I think that is a very good suggestion. We noted that and we will implement that. And regarding the second part of the question, our Bureau Director Mukesh Agarwal will answer that.
So you are asking the different. Please, sir, second part once again. I would like to.
So regarding this true-up petition, the lignite true-up petition, so around 200 crores with the interest we have already provided in our books. So whether any reminder provision we are expecting from this provision, or it is there is another, it is a final provision as per our assessment.
I would like to clear if we can see the notes of account. We had already provided 584 crore rupees in the earlier year for the lignite for 2014-19, and this year, this quarter, we had made 739 crore rupees. No further provision is expected on account of lignite in the future for the tariff period 2014-19.
Okay, thank you. And regarding another thing that today we are booking the lignite price as per the approved price of regulated price. We are booking the lignite price as a lower rate. So still we are continuing with the structure, or it is there is a change in the structure of the lignite pricing in the tariff?
You are right, sir. We are still booking as per the CRC order at rupees 1,950 per ton. We had filed our petition for the period 2019-24, which is under examination at the CRC. So till the final outcome of 1924 will not come, we will continue with the CRC order rate of 1,950.
Okay. And sir, we have you set up a 70,000 crores of capex in 2030 in our total plan. So what has been spent so far? The revised capex going ahead.
See, we are having, as per our corporate plan, we are having a plan of adding 70,000 crores by 2030. So we are working in different directions for this. Already, as I already explained, we are targeting for aggressively adding the solar capacity, and we are already having CPSC scheme. We already got the CPSC scheme. We are tying up with government of Assam for adding 1,000 megawatts. We are tying up with the government of Rajasthan for adding the 300 megawatts. And our 2 into 660 megawatt that will be awarded by October 23. And our Talabira project, we are expecting to award this in the current financial year. I think with all these capacity additions, the capex will be around 70,000 by 2030. Also, we are going for the innovative ideas of the lignite to methanol project is also there. And we are participating in 600 megawatt tender at Gujarat, Khavda Solar Park, which is the largest solar park in the country, in India, and in the world. Also, we are trying to get some orders from STICKY participating in their tender. And we are also participating in 810 megawatt and 1000 megawatt solar of RRVNL and RUNL. So I think with all these capacity additions, we are confident that we will be spending the capex by 2030.
We are going ahead with our corporate plan.
So what we have spent so far and what is expected, whether this 70,000 includes the coal the lignite gasification plant, or doesn't include the gasification plant?
It includes the lignite to methanol project. It includes all the initiatives which we are planning.
Okay. So how much you have spent so far out of the 70,000 crores?
See, 70,000 crores is for next 8 years, and it is starting of the year. So now most of our tenders are in the advanced stage. The 300 megawatt solar we will be awarding in the current financial year, and we will be spending some capex. But most of our capex spendings will be coming in the next financial year. Then we will be adding the Talabira project and the 2 into 660 megawatt project and other solar projects.
Here I would like to clarify you, as you are asking for, what we are incurring expenditure in NUPPL Ghatampur project, 1,500 crore rupees. That is from this 700 crore rupees. What we are doing is 70,000 crore rupees. Similarly, capital expenditure we are doing in the Talabira mine, 100 to 200 crore rupees a year, that is also becoming a part of this 70,000 crore capex.
Okay. And what is the updated capex for UP plant? This is the last question, please. What is the total updated capex for UP plant, sir?
Which plant?
UP plant, Ghatampur plant.
Ghatampur plant, the approved one is
238 crore rupees.
238 crores, and that will be revised, and it will be 90,000 crores.
19,000?
90,000 crores.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take the last question from the line of Jitendra from KJN. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your numbers were really good with the quarterly number, but because of this string of orders, there was a loss on the net basis. A lot of questions have been raised about this string of orders. Okay, can you tell me whether there is a chance of any reversal of this, because you have made a review petition for this string of orders? So what is the fair chance of getting back some money? Because after 10 years, you get this string of orders. Same will happen for the year 2019 to 24, when that string of order will come. So these affect the order.
See, we are confident that we will be the orders will be favorable to NLCI after the orders which are pending in capital, that will be in our favor only. So I think that will be a positive impact on our financials.
So out of that 1,600 crore, how much you will get the reversal in the next?
We expect almost
2,500 crore rupees. If the lignite O&M issue order will come in my favor, I had a provision of 1,200 crore rupees in the period of 9-14, and similarly 1,300 crore rupees provision is for the 14-19. So if the order will be in my favor, from 2,500 worth will come to the company.
This 2,500 will be credited to the profit and loss account. You mean to say in a layman?
Yeah, we have already made
a provision. No,
like what we did now, that will be reversed in the profit and loss account only.
Sure.
And we are fully confident that this will happen in our favor.
So this may happen in the next quarter, I want to say in the March quarter itself?
No, I think in the first quarter it may happen, because it is pending with Airtel. We are pursuing it for the final orders, and we will try our level best to get the order the earliest. But I think in the current financial year it may not be possible. It will be going to next financial year, the first quarter of next year.
So we need not worry anything. There should be no worry about this string of order.
Right? Yes. We need not worry anything about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would now like to hand the conference over to Mr. Anshuman Ashit for closing comments. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of ICICI Securities, I would like to thank NLC India for giving us the opportunity to host this call. We are also very grateful to the management for their time and patiently answering all the queries. And would also like to thank all the participants for making this session very interactive. Sir, any closing comments from your end?
Thank you. Thank you for conducting the entire proceedings in a seamless manner. And we got many inputs. We interacted with many people, and we got many inputs to improve ourselves and improve our system and some displays in our website also. We took note of all the suggestions which we received, and we will implement them in the interest of the company, and will take the organization to new heights. That is our objective. Thank you. Thank you, Anshuman.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of ICICI Securities, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your lines.
Okay. Thank you.